Most people dream about becoming rich overnight. Used to dream about it too, until a homeless man died in front of me and left my family $1 billion. But the money came with one terrifying rule. The basement lanterns at Blackthorn Hall could never go out, not even for a second. His name was Elias Blackthorn. Most people in town thought he was just another homeless old man. Dirty coat, broken shoes, always sitting in an alleyway near the train station. I found him dying in an alley, clutching the deed to the estate. Before the ambulance took him away, he pushed the papers into my hands. Blackthorn Hall Estate. 3 days later, my family and I arrived at Blackthorn Hall. The mansion was enormous, but something about it felt wrong. The air smelled like damp earth and smoke, and beneath the house, lanterns burned day and night. At first, we followed Elias's rules carefully, but the longer we stayed inside Blackthorn Hall, the more the house changed us. Nobody slept that my family fought constantly. Shadows appeared where they shouldn't exist, and every day the mansion seemed to grow stronger. One night, I discovered a hidden room behind an old portrait. Inside, there was a ledger filled with names and dates. Every family that inherited Blackthorn Hall had recorded their years inside the mansion. But the final name was different. Elias Blackthorn. Unlike the others, his name had been smeared across the page in blood. That's when I finally understood Elias. He wasn't trying to pass the curse onto us. He was trying to warn us before it consumed another family. Every family before us believed they could survive Blackthorn Hall. Every family was wrong. The fortune wasn't a gift. It was a prison. Elias left journals hidden throughout the mansion. Every page carried the same warning: the light must never fail. Some pages described the families who lived in Blackthorn Hall before us. Every one of them became rich, and every one of them eventually fell apart at first. We thought the old man was insane, but then we learned the truth about Blackthorn Hall. Long before the mansion existed, something ancient was discovered beneath the land. The Blackthorn family became rich by keeping it trapped underground, and every generation was forced to guard it. The hidden ledger listed every family that inherited the mansion. Most names ended the same way: madness, disappearance, death. My family still wanted the inheritance, but I couldn't watch them destroy themselves for money anymore. For generations, families sacrificed themselves to keep the darkness buried beneath Blackthorn Hall. I refused to let mine become the next names in the ledger. So for the first time since entering Blackthorn Hall, I stopped protecting the light. The final lantern flickered weakly beside me, and then I let it go out. The mansion trembled violently. Shadows poured through the halls like smoke. Portraits shattered, walls collapsed, and in the middle of the chaos, I saw Elias. He didn't look angry. He looked relieved, like a man who had spent his entire life carrying a burden and was finally free from it. The lanterns weren't there to light the basement. They were there to contain the darkness below it, a darkness that fed on fear, greed, and guilt. Elias spent his entire life trying to keep it buried. By sunrise, Blackthorn Hall was gone. The fortune disappeared with it, but for the first time in generations, the darkness beneath the mansion was finally free, and somehow, so were we. As I sat among the ruins, my phone lit up one last time. The screen showed a single message: "The light endures." Then the message vanished, and the phone never lit up again. I don't know what became of the darkness beneath Blackthorn Hall. Maybe it finally found peace. Maybe some mysteries aren't meant to be understood, but I do know one thing. For the first time in generations, no one would have to guard it anymore. So I turned my back on Blackthorn Hall and walked toward the rising sun, leaving the fortune and its curse behind me.
Thanks for joining the adventure. Please like and subscribe for more magical stories.